Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my Jurassic World Evolution 3 park build, which is still nameless. Any suggestions, just leave them in the comments, because I literally have no idea. It's just a generic park, so Jurassic World, typical tropical island name or something like that, because I literally have no idea what to call it. Bit of a long video this one, and if I do say so, probably a bit of a more boring one because there's no dinosaurs being added. But if you're into building and how to make buildings and stuff, then this is the perfect video, because I spend a lot of time building like just some random buildings and stuff, and a lot in the backstage area. So if you need any inspiration for your backstages, you're going to be sorted out of this video, hopefully. But yeah, just an infrastructure episode today. There will be some dinosaurs in the next episode, but the thing is, with games like this, you need to spend time in making your buildings look good and stuff. Well, I do anyway. But yeah, just building a little bar here which overlooks my herbivore enclosure, which I built in the last episode. I really wanted to do this in the original Jurassic World Evolution, but you couldn't do it. But now we've actually got the tools to do it. I'm finally, I've scratched that itch. I can build buildings that look out into enclosures and stuff, and there's so many things you can do. Like, if you think of, if you was doing a Jurassic World remake, you could make the Indominus Rex enclosure with the big viewing area in that enclosure. But yeah, this is just a bar that guests can go and sit at while they look at the dinosaurs. But yeah, it's very blocky. I'm not too happy with the end product, so I might change it down the line, but at the moment I'm just going to leave it as it is, because I spent quite a while on it, because these building tools are still annoying as hell. They're just, you can see it in this video. Every time I place an item, the camera just dives down, and there it just goes completely off track. Yeah, it needs fixing, but I'm sure Frontier will be onto that, because they're normally good at fixing their games. They've released a few hot fixes and stuff, but nothing game changing yet. I've done a lot of the career mode. I've done a lot of the career mode. I've completed it. Yeah, 5-starred every island and stuff, so I'm more used to controls now. The career mode, it was really good. I really enjoyed my time with it, but there wasn't as much chaos as I had in the previous games. I don't know if that's where I've got really good at the game, and I know what to expect. But there weren't as many breakouts or storms. I don't even think twisters are in this game. But yeah, there weren't any incidents where I was like, oh god, this is really bad, I've got to sort this out. Nothing like that at all. Which is a bit of a shame, because that is the core element of the game, to be fair, like breakouts and things like that. But yeah, everything seemed to go my way. So it was just like running a normal zoo, just nothing interesting happened. But I'm sure other playthroughs and stuff will probably be a bit more interesting. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. It was much more better than the campaign in the last game, because it was so short and yeah, very lackluster. I know we had the chaos mode in the last game, but didn't really make up for the 5-star parks and stuff that you got in the original. And yeah, I did enjoy it, and the different scenarios and stuff, and each island having its own special needs and stuff was really good actually. So no two parks felt the same, which was really good, and all the different biomes and stuff just make it that much more interesting, designing the parks and stuff. Although when I'm playing career mode, I don't really tend to do builds and stuff. I normally just try and get on with the objectives. I've still yet to touch the challenge modes, whether they're any good or not. I have to let you know. Apparently some of them are not completable due to the console build limits, but from what I found, that hasn't been a problem at all for me. I don't really get what people are talking about. I know it's annoying if you're building a massive park, but all the parks I built in the career mode, they were pretty large, and I was only going up to about 40% on the limit. I don't know if that's whether I weren't putting many buildings and stuff in, and I was just using the pre-built bits. But I had so many dinosaurs in those parks due to the juveniles and stuff, and my console did stutter a bit, frame rates dropped and stuff, but the build limit was completely fine. I don't know if that's a Series S issue, but yeah, I haven't had any problems. Whether that's to do with like the individual, and if you have other games downloaded on your console or whatever. I don't really think that should be a factor though. But yeah, no problems at all. I really don't understand what people are going on about. But yeah, so I have no problems with that, so I'm happy about that. It's literally just the building tools are the only things I have a gripe with. With the juveniles and stuff, I've learned that you can actually take eggs out of nests and stuff, which is a bit better. So you can choose how many you want. Although it would be good to have a feature where you can just turn the nest off, because in career mode, quite a lot of the time, you'd have, like, they just keep having their juveniles. I'd let them get on with it, but it's when they eventually grew up, then all of the dinosaurs are starting to get worried that they didn't have enough space, and yeah, things got a bit problematic on that end. What park is it? I think is it Indonesia? You have to keep them all above a certain comfort threshold, and I can tell you, I struggled on that one because there's so many juveniles. I was like, oh, it was just so chaotic. I had to get rid of loads of dinosaurs, and eventually I kept all their comfort to a certain limit. But yeah, that's like the only issue. You should be able to turn off nests when you feel like you've got enough juveniles. But yeah, I'm sure these things will be ironed out in the future, and the game is decent. I think I did give it a bit of a harsh time in the last episode, but that I think was purely because I was getting used to it and I was getting really frustrated with the building tools. But after playing the campaign, I'm used to the controls. Everything is feeling a bit more natural now. It's literally just the building tools, which I'm not really happy with. But yeah, it's not as bad as I initially thought. There are just a few little niggles here and there that need sorting out. But that's to be expected with most games, and yeah, I'm a lot happier with it now. I've calmed down a bit. Just while I've got nothing to say, I'll just get rid of the usual YouTubey things. If you do like these sort of videos, it'd be really appreciated if you could leave a like, maybe even subscribe. You don't have to, obviously, but it's all really appreciated. And yeah, hopefully you guys can jump on board and help me design some parks in the future, because I really like it when you guys interact and tell me what to add and stuff. Oh, someone did comment. They wanted, was it Protoceratops or Microceratus or something? I'll put the comment up on the screen. I can't remember now, but I will get to doing that in one of the episodes. But yeah, look forward to that in the future. So here's just an aerial shot in normal time of the building and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I'm not massively happy with it, but it'll do for now. I then got to work on doing this little seating area here, just something on the outside, on the ground level, where they can look into the enclosure from like a ground level point of view. I do add a fence there, instead of that concrete wall, so guests can actually see in. I don't know why I extended that wall along, because I did replace it anyway, but yep. I placed more of the concrete padding and stuff just so that like guests could walk theoretically onto this area here, and yeah, go inside and buy drinks or whatever. I did build some viewing galleries off screen. Like I customised them completely, and I am really happy with those. They're very generic and basic, but they do the job which I wanted, and yeah, I have to say I'm really happy with how they turned out. I'm getting more used to the pieces in the game as well, after viewing everything we've got and stuff. It's a lot more varied than Planet Coaster, to be fair. We have such a variety of pieces, and the scaling's a lot better as well. We have some like small pieces like this fence here, which is like the perfect size for guests to look over. It's a nice low lying fence, and the way they actually connect with one another as well is really good. Like how the anchor points on the end of the fence, so it makes joining them really easy, which I'm really happy with. But there are some things I can say about the building tools and stuff which I really like. Just the generic placement and stuff is really good, but like the advanced moving the camera, that needs sorting out, and how the pieces are searched for, like the actual menus, really need sorting out. Like some of the search functions are completely wrong. You'll search for like wood and like concrete and stuff comes up, like come on. And like also if you're building something and you accidentally exit out of the build menu, you've got to go all the way through all the separate menus again just to find the piece you was looking for, which is really annoying, but hopefully they get onto that. I want it more like Planet Coaster, where it like memorises like the last tab you was in, so you can go back to building what you was doing and stuff if you want to go away and look at it outside of the build menu, which is what I do a lot. But yeah, I'm sure these things are going to be sorted out, so I'm just going to not worry about it for now and just carry on with the game as it is and try and enjoy my time with it. We do have some really cool fonts, as you can see here as well. Like, I'm starting to use these more. That R was not the right font, so I changed that. But yeah, I'm sure I'll be using these a lot down the line. Hopefully add more fonts. I'm not sure if they will, but it'd be good to have some variety. Maybe some more like Safari themed ones that look a bit more rustic rather than the generic fonts like this. They all look a bit too facility based and not Safari or anything like that. I was looking for something to tart up the wall there, but there was nothing I could think of. I was going to add windows, but then I think it'd look too samey. I did add this Maiasaura, what would you call that, statue out the front. Just something to keep the guests' eyes on and away from the monstrosity that that building is. Yeah, I'm not too happy with it, but like I say, it does the job. Adding foliage here because obviously it wouldn't really be maintained since it's inside of a dinosaur exhibit, so I wanted to make that look quite natural, and it also hides like the wall and stuff, so the dinosaurs aren't as uncomfortable with it, if that makes sense. Just looking at the paths here, seeing if I could do anything cool. I did just go back to the basic path that I was using because I didn't really like how this sat with all the rest of the path. There we go. And I did extend it out a bit here as well. Just, and then there's more of a walkway. And then putting some dirt down for the dinosaur to stand in, so then people can take pictures and stuff in front of it. But here we go in live footage, where I try and manoeuvre the camera to get a good view of the dinosaurs. And it does look very good, if I do say so. So here we go, just sorted the camera out here, and there we go. Lovely view of the Edmontosaurus and Styracosaurus in there. And we have that gorgeous mountain and waterfall in the background, which is really good. These new terrain tools, I have to say, they're brilliant. I've been playing around with them like in just random like sandbox parks, not anything substantial and building, literally just to mess around with like different tools and stuff. But the terrain tools are so good in this game, and like the brush with all the rocks and stuff is like my new favourite feature. I love that thing. You can just make things look so natural, and like normally if you just raise a like random bit of ground in this game, you'll have this just like the texture and it'll look all flat and boring, but where you can place all the rocks and stuff, it's so good to make things looking natural. Yeah, really love that tool. If they did, well, I suppose they have got it in Planet Coaster, haven't they? I don't know if it works the same way, but yeah, really pleased with that tool. So here we are in the backstage area now. I'm just building the helipad here, which would be for the VIP guests. So yeah, like this would be for like the business people and stuff that are sponsoring different attractions or whatever. Sort of like in the original Jurassic World, like where the Indominus Rex was sponsored or whatever. This would be like the helipad for all the rich people that would come down to look at their new assets or whatever. I wanted to change the neon lights on the helipad, but it didn't really work the way I wanted it to, so I just placed a generic one, and then I got to work on placing the concrete padding. There are loads of really good props for like backstage areas in this game. I wish Planet Coaster had this much, because like when you build a park, you do, like if you're into realism like I am, you want to make the backstage areas and stuff realistic as well, because like that's what real parks are like. They're not just all show, and like the park needs to function. It needs like logistical bits and bobs so then people can do their jobs and stuff. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but real parks do have like backstage and stuff, and I just wanted to add that just for a bit of realism, and I'd like to do it. Another feature which I really want in Planet Coaster, and I absolutely love in this game, is the speed control thing you can see there. It's so helpful for when you're doing intricate movements on little pieces like these. We need that in Planet Coaster. I don't know why we don't have that in Planet Coaster, but it's so helpful, especially for console players when they don't have the precise controls of like a mouse and keyboard. Just that ability to move things just that tiny little bit, like it just makes things look so neat, and I love it. So yeah, there are loads of praises I can sing about this game, but there's a few downsides as well. So at this point I wanted to get the lights here to sync up all together, and thankfully if you just like group all the lights and stuff together, delete it and then use the undo tool, all the lights will be in sync, which I'm really happy with. It'd be good if it was a bit like Planet Coaster where you could set the lights to flash at different increments and stuff. But to be fair, like you don't really need it in this game, and I managed to get them synced up in the end anyway, so that's alright. But as you can see here, just building a sign, and this is like a little welcome sign, and I put a little statue of a T-Rex behind as well, just for the VIPs, just so that it's a bit more park-like rather than a backstage, because we want to make it look welcoming and interesting for the VIPs. Another thing to add about like placing items and stuff, I'd love it if you was building in a certain scale, the items you selected would be the same scale, because you have to constantly resize different bits, as you can see here. It'd be good if like once you place one size item, like the game memorized like the scale you was building in, and then applied that to every individual item you placed from then on, because it is annoying like having to shrink things down and up to each individually, like if you need to, but it's not too much of an issue. Another thing is if they retain their colour. If you're putting in a certain colour, then I feel like you should be able to place each piece in that colour, because I was building like the viewing galleries and stuff, and like I was placing is it Chuckham? I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, the Chuckham posts, and one of them was a nice grey colour which I placed down, and then I went to place another one and it was brown, and I had to go all through the menu to change the colour to the same grey, which is a bit irritating, but it's just extra steps like that which make things take a lot longer than they should. But yeah, not too much of an issue, it's just a little annoyance. So yeah, just placing the statues there, seeing what looked good and what didn't, and I decided to place the T-Rex like that because I thought it looked best in the end. So yeah, more concrete padding and stuff. I did completely eradicate all of the grass that you can see in this area. I did that off screen though because it did take quite a while. But yeah, the flooring and stuff you get in this game is so good for burying grass and stuff. I'm so happy we get like little gravel and wood floorings just to have that variety if you want it. But it's really good for making flower beds and stuff as well, and obviously backstage areas like this, if you want just a big concrete pad you can do that, which is really nice. And yeah, I love stuff like that. So just getting some dirt textures here. Some of them are really faint, which is annoying. I think that was moss in the end, or it might have been dirt, I can't remember. But I just wanted to make it look a bit grotty, because obviously guests would take photos and stuff there. Well, not guests, the VIPs. They'd take photos and stuff in front of the Rex, all their influencers and stuff. Because they bloody get invited to everything, don't they, influencers? Oh, it does annoy me. I'm into like Formula 1. And you get all these influencers that have like no interest in the sport, and they're getting invited by teams, and I just think it's just not fair. I hate it. I think I'm just jealous. But yeah, going off on a rant about influencers in a Jurassic World video. Welcome to my channel. But here we go, placing some random clutter backstage, because it would exist. Just some building materials and stuff that they can use to do repairs and stuff. And obviously the pickup truck there with some random barrels on, whether that's to give water to the dinosaurs or just regular maintenance, I don't know. It's just stuff that makes the backstage area look interesting and doesn't really need any explanation. We are coming to the end of the time lapse now, but there is a little like a rundown of what I've built at the end of the episode, including some bits that you haven't seen during this build, because it would have taken ages to record. This is about 3 hours worth of build content here. Yeah, I've managed to get it down to about 19 minutes. So yeah, the live footage is about to start, so I'll stop talking and start re-talking in live. So as you can see, a lot of work has gone on behind the scenes. I did do a lot off camera because it takes so long building in these sort of games. But like I showed you the majority of what I've done. The actual bar I built here, it took like a whole evening. Like in Planet Coaster it wouldn't have taken any time at all, but the building tools in this is so finicky and annoying. They need to sort it out. Hopefully it's sorted out in the first update when that inevitably comes. But yeah, I'm not too happy with this building, to be completely honest. I think it looks a bit too big and bulky for what I was envisioning. Might change down the line. I can't really be bothered to do it at the moment because I've done it like all last night. But down the line it might get a revision. But But yeah, as you can see, it's got like this little seating area which I really wanted. So then people can look out and look at the dinosaurs while they're having a drink. I've always wanted to build something like this. I feel like in the first game we didn't have anything that could do it, and I tried doing it in some of my older builds. But we can actually do it now, which is really cool. And like, I've got these custom fences. This looks awful, I know. But like this one here looks quite cool actually. But yeah, that's nice. We have this little like retaining wall here with like little area of vegetation that leads to the viewing gallery, which I built off camera. This is on the workshop, so you can go and download that, as well as the hatchery that I built in the last episode. Was that the last episode I built that? Well, I didn't build it, I think I built it off camera. But yeah, you can get the hatchery and this gallery if you want to. It's very basic and generic. You can use it in all different parks, but I just wanted to make something basic, and yeah, it does the job, and it actually looks okay. I can tolerate that. I know it's not brilliant, but yeah, it's what I wanted. Then onto the backstage area here. Yeah, a lot has been done off camera. I've paved all of the like the backstage area. We've got like gravel in this corner here, and then the rest of it is literally just asphalt. Just then it's like a big concrete pad, as it would be in real life. And I've also put down loads of this fencing, and it stretches all the way around all of the vehicle facilities, which is really nice. We have this area of vegetation here as well, and yeah, it's just a nice little backstage area. I think this was built on camera. I did build this all yesterday. I can't remember if it was recorded or not, but we have this welcome VIPs area here. So this is where like the VIP people would land, people that have like Howdy Indominus Rex was created, like all the sponsors and stuff like that. They'd land in this helipad and get a look at the dinosaurs in this hatchery. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Or like all the special guests or whatever would be able to see all behind the scenes and stuff. We have these little ATVs here that people could like have a ride in and stuff, and just some more pickup trucks. But yeah, it's a very nice little backstage area. I'm really happy with it. But that's pretty much that. We've also got this gateway here where it has this big metal gates that would shut if there was an emergency. Hopefully not, but this is Jurassic Park at the end of the day, so something's bound to happen down the line. But that's it. We also have this little entranceway into the backstage area. I turned the collision off on this gateway here so people can get in, although they do struggle sometimes. But we've got like warnings there and like security cameras, so then people can see if people are trying to break in or whatever. Yep, that's all done. I did also do this rock wall here, which I said I was going to do. I've still got to do the like the Zen garden thing. Did I say it was a Zen garden? I'm going to do like a Chinese garden area for the Guanlong. So yeah, it just thematically goes together. I've also done a little thing there, a little text thing to show you what dinosaur you're going to be looking at. But yeah, I've been busy behind the scenes. I've completed all of the campaign, and I'm much more used to the controls now. The building controls are still awful, and they need to be sorted out. Oh dear, oh, my footage just cut out. Hopefully it's all good though. But yeah, only some little bits and pieces behind the scenes, nothing too much. In the next episode I'll probably do another enclosure. This is just an infrastructure episode, so yeah, nothing too exciting, but it's got to be done in games like this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next one when hopefully things are a bit more exciting.